National Forest Week occurs every September. It's a time to celebrate Canada's precious and varied forests, which provide so much shelter for wildlife, spaces for recreation, and livelihoods for the residents of communities across the country. The economy in BC is incredibly diverse. Our tourism sector provides thousands of jobs, as do manufacturing and mining. But forestry has been the lifeblood for this part of the country for decades, not only because it generates economic wealth, but also because the stewards who care for our forests balance the social and environmental needs that come along with managing our crown resources. The Willow River Demonstration Forest, Woodlot License 272, in BC's scenic Caribou Country, is managed by the Canadian Institute of Forestry, the voice of Canadian forest practitioners. Each year, the Institute enlists volunteers from all parts of the forest industry, from silviculturalists to tree planters to loggers. The kids hear firsthand from the myriad of professionals who call the forest their office and learn about the abundant opportunities the forest has to offer.
This is a working forest. We harvest about 20 loads a year, 100 loads every 5 years. And it's also a demonstration forest that serves as a backdrop for school tours and other workshops and events like that. So the challenge is how does one go about managing the working forest, doing conventional timber harvesting, but at the same time finding something unique to showcase or demonstrate in each cut block.
A group of foresters got together and decided it would be nice to have an area that we could take young children to and explain to them about forestry. And from that, it grew into what it is today.
It's been a great opportunity, I think, for us to show the people that take advantage of the Demonstration Forest Trail to come into the woodlot and see this is how a working forest operates and this is how it looks, and here's the logging and here's what happens after the logging and here's the regeneration, and people begin to put two and two together then about what it is that supports not only their many of them whose parents work in the industry, but certainly our lifestyle here in BC.
The tours themselves go in the National Forestry Week, which is right at the very beginning of the school year.
The whole idea here is to educate them on what the forest is and what their interest actually is. And the small groups of kids and public actually makes it really easy, because if you only have about 4 or 5 people, you can answer everybody's questions.
Left or right?
So I came on board the Willow River Demonstration Forest Society in late 2004 as the woodlot manager for Woodlot 272 here. And it is a working forest, meaning that we harvest timber, but it's also a demonstration forest. Every harvest opportunity we try and work with at the stand level, or whatever unique characteristics a particular site might be, whether it's visual objectives or regeneration, silviculture objectives, recreation objectives. We try and work with the site, what's there, and make some kind of a demonstration practice happen. And that's our main objective, is promotion of forestry and public education.
Okay,
let's go, guys. Oh, come on, be easy on the trees.
It's raining on me.
We started with lots of volunteer work here from guys that were in the CIF and from their families, kids and their wives were out here building the trail to begin with, sort of thing, with shovels and all kinds of different apparatus sort of thing. And then when we got the money from the federal government, we got a crew together of young people to come out here, minimal amount of money to build the trail the way it is, not the way it is today, but in terms of starting it, stuff like that.
Well, I think the demonstration forest became well known through the efforts of those in the forest industry who advocated and made it known to the school district and teachers, and each year during the September National Forest Week, the sponsored tours here, including buses were paid for by the industry, etc. We hosted 1,000 kids every year,
At least 1,000.
at least 1,000 kids every year walking through the forest here.
Now the other thing is, so you have a moose with a large rack. Do you think he's going to want to run through this?
No.
So we've had some of the, there's a native-oriented school in Prince George, and they bring their elders out with the class. And so the guide will sort of give them the technical stuff, and then the elder will be able to add in all the cultural things that go with this particular plant or what, which really makes it different.
We were quite concerned that we had to step up our advocacy regarding public understanding of forestry practices here in BC, and therefore it was a very good vehicle for us to utilize the extent we were able to form the society, get the woodlot, and put it into operation.
Let's get the kids out, even if it's not a real technical session for them. Let's just get them out walking around, enjoying the outdoors. I think that's how I got into the program, because I like being out here, so I didn't really need to know the ecosystem so much, but just to get out and enjoy it.
One little boy said, I'd really like to come back here with my family, which is kind of nice. I don't think it was necessarily aha, but definitely more, wow, this is beautiful.
I guess it was to have an interpretive trail that would be self-explanatory, so people could come and walk through the actual trail itself, see some of the see the progression of what happened in the forest, where it was going, how it regenerated naturally. So not only just high school students or primary school students that come through and read it, but general public driving down the road could come in and walk through the trail using the interpretive, the brochure that we had provided to them. I think when we started this, we were focused on building the trail, sort of thing. We didn't see this as being larger than it was, sort of thing. So our big focus was getting the trail done and getting young people to start walking in the woods. It was growing, and we could show the natural regeneration, and there was some planting that went on in here, so we could show what happened. There was some logging that went on in here. There was 3 or 4 different species that grew in here, sort of thing. So they could see the whole progression of the forest developing when they walked through it, sort of thing, which was something that we wanted to show, I guess, was that progression, that the forest was renewable, and that it was something that didn't just disappear. Just because you clear cut it doesn't say is not going to come back, right? So it was something that was, I guess, was a passion for me at the time, sort of thing as it was, and the same as it was for everybody else that was involved in it. Very passionate about developing this and showing what the forest really was.
I don't know what, there's something about it that it'd be great if I could be involved with this woodlot for a few years yet, just to see things through a little bit. I won't be doing this forever, but it's kind of nice to have a bit of a longer term connection with a chunk of forest.
BC woodlotters strive to keep our crown forests thriving and healthy. It's part of the social contract they sign when they agree to manage one of the 860 plus parcels of timber that make up the woodlot community. They understand their obligation to the public, that they not only find a way to reap economic rewards from their harvesting, but provide places for future generations to experience a simple walk in the woods.